So who's going to win the AI war? Okay, is it going to be open source models or closed source proprietary models like those from Google or OpenAI? My name is Alex Mead, and today you're listening to the AI Report. So open source is a long, rich tradition in software. Doesn't matter what you're working with, very likely there's an open source version. AI and AI agents is no different. There is an open source competitor, and there's actually a handful of them. The most famous, it's hard to tell. Maybe it was Llama, originally put out by Meta or Facebook. Now DeepSeek is also an open source that was put out and is also very famous. So maybe Llama or DeepSeek. But all the proprietary models are also very famous. We all know ChatGPT, and there's a bunch of subversions below that. And then Google Gemini is also a very kind of well-known one, right? Now, when it comes to measuring kind of how smart these tools are, the industry uses these things called benchmarks, which is basically a series of questions that you ask these chatbots, and then you basically see what the answer is that they spit out. These can be very hard questions, and we're not going to get into all the details of those because it gets really technical, but basically it's a race to see who can do the best on these tools. And so far what's been happening is the proprietary models will come out and they'll be like, this is the best model in the world, and it gets a score of 55, let's say, okay? Then the open source models will be behind it, and within a few months, they usually will also hit that score, okay? And it's been this back and forth kind of race until OpenAI dropped the O3 model, and people were like, okay, there is this large gap, and it seems like this might be it for a while. And this is why DeepSeek was such a big deal, because DeepSeek was a model that was released, and then it actually closed that gap. So the proprietary models are still a little bit ahead, but right now they're basically in a dead heat tie, okay? So now the latest and kind of hottest question is, in the long run, are these models going to converge, okay, open source and closed source, meaning like they're kind of about the same level of smartness, or is someone going to come up with a development in the kind of proprietary models that is secret, and they are able to stay ahead of the open source models because no one knows it. So right now, it's a little bit controversial, but we love controversies here on the AI Report. So why don't you drop your opinion in this chat, the comments down below, and we can get back and forth. For me, I'm going to be very bullish on open source. I think that these models are going to converge, just because I think that it's very hard to keep things secret nowadays. So as soon as kind of the special sauce gets out on things, it's only a matter of a month or two, and the open source community usually implements that solution. So that's going to be my bet, that they're going to be constantly converging throughout history. So you let me know what you think in the comments. Once again, I'm Alex Mead. This is the AI Report. Be sure to subscribe so you can get all the latest news with AI and how it affects you and your business. Thanks for watching.